I'm going to take on the custom design, and then Tina will handle the Customly Design later on. So I'm going to start sharing my screen so that we can see how we can create that first ornament that we were seeing. All right, so I'm going to share this window that we see here. Perfect. Let me know if you guys can see my screen.
Perfect.
Great. Okay, so we're going to start off by creating a design that we want to create for one of these ornaments. In this case, we can see that it's a Christmas design where we allow the customers or the shoppers to personalize this with their own photos. So for example, here we have the background removal effect that will allow us to upload an image that can have a background, and it will automatically erase that just to single out our main figure in the photo. And in this case, since it's for two people, we'll have the ability of uploading two images and then entering the names. For example. So the idea is that we're going to be uploading our base artwork so that we have this static element in the background that is the rocking around the Christmas tree quote with the vinyl lines. And we're going to implement this solid background color so that it's all green, and then having these customizable fields for the names and the photos. So for this, we will see that we can have some artwork that we want to use from Canva. This is something that we can download and use in Customly. So for example, this is the base design that we're going to use that already has these illustrations, the vinyl, and the quote. And all that we need to do is go ahead and download this as a transparent PNG so that we can then also apply this extension of the solid green color in the background in this case. And let's see how we can use this in the Customly app. So for that, we're going to go into Customly. And we're going to, first of all, create our design so that we can later on implement this on the ornament. So let's go to Create New Design. And in this first step, what we're going to do is select Create from Product Specs. Why? Because here we can select the ornament that we want to use. There we go. And this will already pick up on the guidelines for this, just so that we can make sure that we're placing our elements correctly on the print area. Let's lock that in so that we don't move it around. And we're going to start creating the design that we were seeing here. So the first element that I'm going to upload is the base design that we downloaded from Canva. So I'm going to click on Dynamic Image, and I'm going to upload the base artwork right over here. Now, if we make it as big as the entire canvas, we will notice that it's stretching out a little bit too far from the edges. So we're just going to adjust this a little bit so that it stays within the limits of the heart here. There we go, perfect. And I'm going to name this simply because I like naming my layers so that I know what it is that I'm seeing and clicking on. So we're going to lock that in. Okay, perfect. And now we're going to move on to the solid background because we want to mimic this extension of that green color. So for that, we're going to use this little element here, solid background. And what we're going to do is pick the color from the design. Let me see here. Solid background. There we go. Perfect. Let's hide the guidelines. There we go. And what I'm going to do right now is simply pick this green color that we have here. Perfect. So now we have the entirety of our heart with this green color. Once that we have this, we're going to use the functionality of uploading images so that we allow the shoppers to upload their photos. So for that, we will use the image placeholder. And we would place it in this section here, right, where we want them to be able to upload their images. If I want, I can also slant this a little bit. And here, what we're going to do is activate under the behavior the face cutout functionality, so that when customers upload their photo, automatically the rest of the photo will be erased, and all that we have is the face of that photo. Now we will have one over here, and I'm going to copy and paste. So Control Copy, Control V. Here we go. Control Copy, Control V. Excellent. And we'll do the same thing over here. Now, if we test this out with an image, basically, this is what will allow our shoppers to upload an image and automatically cut that face. So we are assigning an estimated area because, as we noticed here on the front end of the store, it is something that we can later on adjust. So we're going to make it just the overall area where we want them to be able to upload their images. There we go. And this would be, let's name that upload left photo. All right. So we have our two sections for images here. And then what we're going to do is the last element that we needed, which is a curved text element so that we can add our names here. So we'll use the curved text. As we see, we can modify the placement so that instead of being on the top, which would be the concave side, we're going to activate it to be convex so that it's right here below. And let's just zoom in a little bit so that we can apply this where we want this to go. Perfect. And here we're going to also upload our own font so that it matches the style that we were seeing here. So I can upload any TTF or OTF font file. In this case, I'll upload the Dynapuff font. Once that I upload my asset, I can go ahead and implement it to the element of text. Now I do see that the font is a little bit too big. I want to make it a little bit smaller, so I'm going to shrink the size for this. There we go. That looks better. And I'm also going to zoom in a little bit so that we can see here the ending of this line. I don't know if it's visible with the screen share, but what I'm basically doing is moving the section where customers can enter their name. So I can determine boundaries for that so that it doesn't overlay too much on our design. Perfect. There we go. And I think that this is pretty much it. We'll just name this, add names. And this is pretty much it. We have uploading photos, entering text, and our base artwork applied here. Once that we have our design ready to go, we're going to go ahead and apply this to the ornament. Please let me know, guys, if any questions appear on the chat so that we can sort them out. So we have created our design. I just want to make sure that I name this correctly. So walking around the Christmas tree. Perfect. Excellent. And now let's go ahead and create our product. For this, we're going to go to publish a new product. We're going to select ShineOn. And we're going to select the ceramic ornament that has this heart shape. Excellent. And we'll add the design. Right now, we're going to take this route of picking from our designs, the ones that we create as a merchant. There we go, apply. As we see here, we can adjust this within the area of the ornament if we want to make sure that it fits the area as we want it to be. I think this looks great, so we're going to just confirm. And since I have more than one store here, I will be prompted to select where I want this. And what this is going to do right now is combine the information of what our design entailed. So uploading photos, removing the, that is singling out the face, entering text with the parameters from ShineOn so that this prints out perfectly according to the measurements, file format, and resolution that they need. And once this information is combined, it creates a product on our Shopify store with all of these features available for the customers to personalize. And here we can see a little preview before this goes live on the store. We will be able to play around with the options to see how this works. All right, so upload left photo. Let's see if the background is removed here. Excellent. Right photo. All right, so as we see, pretty straightforward. I'm going to save this as the product image so that this generates the image on my Shopify listing so that customers can see a little sample of how this would work. And then all that we need to do is go ahead and publish this product on the store. And we should be able to see it live on our site with all the customization features. All right, here we go. So do we have any questions on this? Was everything clear?
Everything looks amazing. We only have one question that Tina already answered in the chat, but just for everyone to hear it. So they asked, what name did you put to your design? But the thing about that is that in Customly, you can name your design however you want. She put the rocking around the Christmas tree, so just she can find it easily later, but you can put any type of name. It's up to you. So you get, I mean, you can have like, just do it like that, like find it everything, making everything more easy.
Yeah, that is usually the idea, is having an element that allows you to identify which was the design, simply so that then you can find it a little bit easier. But the name can be anything that you want.
Yeah, they are asking if this works with Etsy too, and if it's just as simple as that the customer goes to your store, select the ornament, attach their name, their images, and type their name, and just like that they can see it live.
Great. So in the case of Etsy, The automated flow with ShineOn is also ready to go. The only thing that is a little bit different is that on Etsy, we are seeing the customization prior to purchase. So we personalize and then buy the item. And in the case of Etsy, it's the other way around. They would see the Etsy listing with its name, its price, its description. And then after they check out, they receive a personalization link with all of the options that we see here, where they will be able to upload their photos, enter their text, adjust everything, and make sure that it's exactly as they want this to print out.
So that was a little bit more in depth of someone that has, time on their hands to create their own designs. But Customly provides pre-made designs that you could plug and play basically and publish your own products using ShineOn and our designs in no time. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and I'll show you guys an example. Is everything showing up correctly?
Yes. We can see the product.
Awesome. So as we saw before, this is going to be the design and the ceramic ornament that we're going to be showcasing for this. So as you see the trees with the different names, that's a pre-made design already set up for you guys on Customly that allows your shoppers to basically select how many people they want to be featuring on this ornament. And this basically automatically creates the clip art for you guys. They can select the different types of trees, enter different names. We could put Tom here. Whatever name that your shopper is going to want to buy, they could enter it here. And this is super easy to do, you guys, because it's already set up on Customly. So I'm going to go ahead and showcase how you could set this up in super simple steps. So we're going to hit on publish a new product. Again, this is the Customly homepage. Publish a new product. We're going to click on ShineOn. As you guys can see, we didn't do what Lucy did. We didn't have to create our own design. We're going straight forward to create our product. So here again, I'm going to search for the ceramic heart ornament, which is the product that we're featuring in this workshop. And we're going to add a design to the print area. Here's the difference from what Lucy did. So instead of picking from our designs, which means your designs, the designs that every user is basically setting up on their own account, we're going to be picking from the Customly designs. These are available for everyone. You can use them. You don't have to adjust anything. You can use them as they come. I'm going to click on the My Forest one and apply the design. Now I'm going to adjust it a little bit so I can make sure that nothing gets cut out. Great. And I'm going to click on Confirm. And here I can select, here is where you would select Etsy, for example, if you have an Etsy store. We're going to keep using Shopify for this tutorial, but maybe in future classes we can try out Etsy if there's people interested. So I'm going to click on my Shopify. Okay. And here it's basically connecting. Oh, Maureen, I'm not sure if these are birth month trees. There's
I think they are because there are 12.
Oh, okay. I wasn't even aware of that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, 14. It's not based on months.
That's something that is available. I mean, you could technically do that though. If you uploaded different clip art for the birth month trees and they could select the month, and that's super interesting, Maureen. And it's definitely something that we could do with Customly features. So here we're going to set up the main product images, which is basically an example of how the personalization could look. So I'm just going to put a few names, select a few of the trees, and save this as product image. Awesome. And now I'm going to publish the product and we'll see how it's working on our live store. But as you guys can see, it's super streamlined, plug and play. Choose the design, choose the product, publish, and that's it. It's easy as 1, 2, 3, guys. Awesome. And this is basically the same as what I showed you guys earlier. So users will be able to select either 1 tree, 2 tree, 3 trees, whatever they want. And the design will automatically adjust to how many trees they're selecting. So if it's 1 tree, it's going to be centered. If it's 4, it's going to, distribute them accordingly. And yeah, that's basically it. You can preview the design with a little more zoom here. And when users purchase this on your store, either Shopify, Etsy, whatever, you'll be able to, you won't really have to do anything. This will automatically send the order to ShineOn, and the personalization will automatically get created, so you won't have to be adjusting anything on any design software. It's automatically set up for you guys.